Imagine if we could predict the future with AI, astrology, and numerology. Imagine if you knew the future, what could you do? For education's purposes only. Let's see how we go.
I see in addition, an external entity has a different way of defending their own society, focusing on the builders. I see those of repetition are too full of nonsense to do it correctly any longer. I see the distant ruler is not a direct enemy of the people, it is an external force that takes the power away from those who wish to captain their own shit. I see many look at women dressed in black, they look hungry, and I see a reorganization of power under false promises and the trendiness of some. In a land, I can see that technocrats were a smarter breed than false repetition. Darkness made a mistake. I see the warming of the ocean floor and the demise of the fish. I see there are two things that can unite men, common ideals and common interest. I watch as people move across the wasteland, and then I watch as he disappears in a cloud, having paid off all of his debts. I see many say it appears that the leaders are putting more effort into appealing to the public on social media by clumsily drinking beer in their kitchens or bullshitting on green screens in their toilets. I see when water prices surpass those of fuel, some people remark, "Who are these press thugs then?" I see many people say it is obvious that a nation's economic well-being depends on the strength of its people. Keep an eye out for moments when leaders depress. I see many realize we have a lot to learn from our elders. By a friend in need with a sinister money motive, we are being undermined and destroyed. I see there will come a moment when these statements will be back in the news again, and many see a lot of people complaining about how the state have created an army of millions of unemployed people. I see 3 troughs filled with fire, one of which contains an ardent supporter of free speech, but not when it comes to the absurd practice of bio-targeting individuals. I see many that it occurs that the hardships of the last 10 years can compare to the heartache caused by the loss of their lands. I see they claim to have the capacity to change both space and time. In Europe, I sense something great coming up. I see many children being offered dreams, from rambling one-liners from repeated puppets. I see many claim it's out of the ordinary for a man to be shot and killed while waiting outside a bar, but it happens shockingly frequently in some places, and no one appears to know why. I see they claim to be fleeing a horrible civil war and coming in peace. I see the vitriol and insults that were directed at those who, for many years, did nothing except try to persuade others to see things from another perspective. I see the wise sage in despair say, "It is we alone, the people who could form states and might set them on our path for future grandeur." I see with deepest emotion I recognize more profoundly than ever before this will come to pass when the ice starts melting. In my opinion, democracy's decision to support Friends and Repetition Machine will go down in history as one of the worst mistakes ever made. I see many say a lot of people claim that if puppets repeat themselves, they are denying the existence of individuals. I watch as the darkness was spoken to by Repetition Machine, who gave him what he wanted to hear while dribbling cream down his chin. I see many claim these visions depict an impending event, while others claim that this is evidence that these only wish to raise everything to the ground. I see many people say that what the people need is the potential of an ongoing succession of intellectual leaders selected from the people themselves. In the years to come, I see the people will still owe such a large amount of money that they will turn into slaves to the system.
Check out past posts to see what we got right, and let us know in the comments to improve the algorithm. To find out your own numerology and how it affects your life, check out the description.